grabbed the pit bike on this one because the place was pretty spread out. I am 100% positive that Milwaukee did not intend for their pack-out wheels to spin that fast. Occupy. Housekeeping. This has got AC, it might take longer. I'm using this machine to code cut a key. And it sounds really cool when you say it like that, but actually what it refers to is spaces and depth. Spaces being how far the cuts are apart, depth being how deep the cuts are. One of those needles has to do with position or spaces, and the other one has to do with the depth or depth of cut. You change out those cards in the center where the blue is, depending on what keyway that you're using. And if it all goes according to plan, you'll have a nice new key that works perfectly. What I'm putting in the lock now, it's a mortise lock, and I'm putting the core in it. That's where the pins are, and the piece of key goes into and lifts all those pins up to let it turn. And you'll see immediately that it does not turn. That's the key I just cut. And this key is the master key. So now I have to pull up the calipers and measure it and see why I screwed it up and how much. Now that I've made a precise guesstimate with the calipers, I'll put the key back in the machine and recut it according to how much it's off, and most likely totally ignore the fact that the machine needs to be calibrated. Ooh. I think I left it. I think I left a master pin on the table. That would do it. Key was off a little, but maybe not enough to piss it all the way off. That puts all my master pins in the top because it's the GMK key. So let's fight getting this thing out. See if I'm missing a master pin here. There's one. There's none. That'll do it. Little heifer right there fell out. That's the first two from the bow. Let's see what else I effed up. 1, 2. Looks like the third one's in there. I'm at 4, 5, 6. 47, 45. Alright. That one's in there. Small one. It's not messed up if it didn't leave, right? No, it's still messed up. 2AA. Look at that. Put all the stupid pins in it, it works. Idiot. Alright, now I just gotta do that 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 more times. I mean, not mess it up 10 more times. Make this 10 more times. It's not the greatest angle, but not that great either. Got my pencil. Grandmaster flash key. I know, it's GMK. What I hear in my head and what comes out of my mouth is sometimes different. Sometimes not. But you never know. Since they're all even, means I at least got that part right. So I can get ballsy on this and I can still take the lock apart without much drama. And these are all the master pins. It gives the ability to have 2 different keys working the same lock, or 3, or whatever. We're just doing 2. Essentially makes 2 different shear lines. So if I did this right, all these will be flat too, or they'll fly out when I'm trying to check it. That's what you really want. On them big jobs, you want to fly out everywhere. Alright, so it goes and makes a shear line. It was kind of crappy, but not bad. May have cut that key a touch deep. Nope. It's happy. And that's happy. Before I'm happy. Alright. Now it's 9 more times. They're done. Pack out. I'll be
that the wheels are made to do that. Oh, fire alarm be pissed. The reason you hear the fire alarm beeping so much is it's in a failure mode. They basically take the AC power away from it and let it sit for 24 hours to confirm that the battery backup actually works. And then once that's done, the fire marshal comes in the next day, verifies everything, and makes sure the keys I made actually open the building up. Hot rod locksmith. This is a mortise style lock, and the cylinders that go into it are threaded. You basically turn them into the right position. Of course, you test them, and then the screws on the side are what hold them in. And all that is protected or encaptured once the door is closed. The little boxes you see beside the doors on building is called the Knox box, and that's where the key is that allows the fire department to get into the building to check things in the event of some sort of emergency where no one's there. Oh, yeah. Got turned it on. So after a semi-successful day of a has-been mechanic learning to be a locksmith, I ride off into the sunset.